Hello everyone, I am Renowned Zero and I'm making a video back from being out of town from work. That's why there was no video yesterday. And today we're going to be back on doing another RippaVerse haters video here, showing off this spooky AF guy. It's one of his biggest detractors after James Castle. I'm going to go through a Twitter thread, but before we get started, be sure to hit that like button if you liked the video, comment below what you think about this, and subscribe for more content like this, and let's get into it. So we got this guy who's basically his whole thing, he has this whole vendetta against Eric since the beginning, saying he's going to review his non-political, I did a video about the non-political comic, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Still talking about this man to this day. I'm making a movie funded by my audience, he's trying to make fun of Eric here. It will be released in theaters and on Blu-ray, but not digitally. I don't believe in it. That's what a filmmaker wannabe would sound like if he used the same model as Eric July did for his comics. You know, Eric July doesn't believe in the foundation of comics being digital. He's always believed in comics being a physical media, and that's why he's not doing the digital thing with comics. Also, it essentially it gets rid of the piracy essentially, and it stops piracy in his tracks for as much as it can. To which, Eric responds, this guy is addicted to me, has all sorts of non-arguments made up in his head, which is 100% true. So we're just going to scroll up here real quick, where Zach Zenable Hairline says, where are the professional critical reviews of ISOM? Number one, surely you could find one. And he says, I don't know where they are, I don't care to look, and don't care about quote-unquote professional critical reviews, because they tend to do things like, say things like She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, which was a dog shit show, and Thor Love and Thunder is a great movie, which it wasn't. And they like to say all these comics are great because they talk about the sexuality, and the story is actually dog shit, but they just love to talk about, sexuality this, sexuality that. Which someone, the Twitter account RippaVerse Goalpost found this tweet by Michael Monster Mash saying, plus the lack of power sets being shown or explained to the point, it's difficult to tell what powers characters have, because Eric wanted y'all to spend extra on character cards just to explain their mediocre powers, which shows me you're not a customer, so it doesn't really matter. But we got our umbrella guy, lol, professional critics, aka idiots that rated the worst books as the greatest to maintain the free flow of samples from the big two. The funny thing is, the professional critics never wanted to talk about the fact that this book made almost $4 million up until the point when the campaign was over, and even before that they didn't want to talk about this comic at all. You got Reddit banning people talking about ISOM, banning people talking about Eric July in the first place, and it's like, now y'all want these professional critics to talk about your comic book? I'd rather listen to people who genuinely bought the product and put their money into the product, not people who got it for free, to tell me what they think about it. I would have more respect for actual audience scores or audience reviews of the book rather than critic scores. Most of the time critics are paid to just say good things about something, rather than hearing a person who's not controlled by mainstream media, or as we call it, access media, that are paid to be shills for a company. I would rather listen again to actual customers that paid for the book than some shill that's being paid by a big corporation. Professional reviewers review established companies, not some dude with one comic. Once you have more comics released and your name, you'll start getting reviews professionals. It's a business, it's not personal. No, this will never happen. He's already stated he's never giving his book to professionals for free. If they want to review the book, they gotta pay for it. Professional critics, indeed, I don't know, care, or want to know what they think, especially considering they are completely biased and pretty much everyone knows it. But if you could scroll down, you'll see more people. I don't need some professional telling if it's good or not. Ask why Reddit banned ISOM. Where's the reviews? I laugh my ass off. They don't even want people to ask. Weird ass way to gatekeep. We won't let you in, but if you had success without us, it doesn't count because we who didn't let you in didn't validate. CBR is literally running counter promo to the comic, and he still made multi-millions, which he did. Right? I've had quite a few reviews on our first full book, all positive, but then again, my passion for the comic book genre shines through on everything I do. Just keep swimming, you'll get there. The critics will be the customers to determine whether or not I buy the next comic. That's all you're worrying about and you need to worry about. Has there been a professional comic reviewer in that sense since Wizard magazine shut its doors? This guy's confusing professionals of mainstream. Meanwhile, Eric, the fuck do I care about reviews? Already a success and I'm busy feeling always giving people jobs and writing ISOM too. Yeah, he's more concerned with that than critical reviews that nobody actually cares about, right? Here you go. The professionals didn't even cover this newsworthy fact that an independent comic made almost 4 million. I doubt we can trust them as unbiased. It's a fact. These companies and essentially news websites didn't even cover the fact that his comic was gaining such popularity. So why the hell should we want to rely on these people who didn't even want to cover comic book news, even though they consider themselves a comic book news website, a website that covers comic book news? Why the heck would I want to ask for their opinion on that when they didn't even care that the comic was making as much money as it possibly was as an independent comic? It's like, no. As I said already, I would rather someone who bought the comic give me a review on this comic. Like, it just makes no sense. We also had people like this M3 writer. Bags and boards aren't force fields, you idiotic person. They are the minimum protection for comic books. Anyone who's owned comics knows this. Anyone who's ever put in comics in a similar tote and seen them end up bent creased knows this, you effing pop culture ass clown. And of course, you seriously have never owned comics. Yes, he has. You obviously don't watch him. He owns probably more long boxes than you've ever owned. Well, see all that empty space between and around the books. Books are carried or the tote shifted or slide because they are all covered in plastic with full on shift and thus bending, increasing them. Genius. Meanwhile, people are receiving their comics and in perfect condition because they've been bagged and boarded and packaged so perfectly that people are not getting damaged books. So obviously he knows what he's doing. Remember, these are people that don't do these type of things, and they're trying to give advice to people who are actually doing it and doing it right. Like, come on now. If you're going to talk to a multimillionaire and try to give them advice, I would rather ask them for their advice on how to make multi-millions of dollars. Not the other way around. But these people don't think like that at all. Like this person. Eric, you probably wish every day you could have a woman just like the actress who plays She-Hulk. No, she's ugly. No, thank you. A nice, strong mommy figure to put you to bed at night after a long night of talking trash to the internet. Why do you think Hollywood has always made fun of nerds in the past? So funny. It's funny you say that because he actually has an actual, like a wife. He has an actual black woman for a wife that runs her own business. It's a very successful business too. And this is just a bunch of people laughing at this man because he's so dumb. But I'm going to end it right there, guys. I think I've said enough. Thank you all for checking out this video. I appreciate all the new subscribers. I appreciate you checking out the video. If you made it this far, be sure to hit the like button if you liked it. Comment below what you think about this. Subscribe for more content. And as always, I will see you all on the next one. Peace.